Good evening from London. As Americans cast their votes in a tight presidential race between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, financial markets around the world are closely monitoring the outcome. This election is expected to impact commodity prices and currency values significantly, with investors bracing for potential volatility depending on the results. A Trump win could drive up the US dollar short term, with expectations of increased tariffs and fiscal deficits, while a Harris victory might lead to more international cooperation and a softer dollar. Gold has surged to above $2,700 per ounce, reflecting a move towards safer assets amid election uncertainty, while silver is also on the rise. In commodities, natural gas prices are climbing, driven by forecasts of colder weather and potential energy policy shifts. Overall, the global financial community remains alert as markets await clarity on who will lead America, a decision with substantial implications for commodities, currencies, and global trade. South Korea's Personal Information Protection Commission has slapped Meta Platforms, the parent firm of Facebook, with a hefty fine of $15 million. The penalty comes after findings that Meta collected and shared sensitive user data without explicit consent. This data included personal information on political views and sexual orientation, shared with roughly 4,000 advertisers for targeted ads affecting nearly 1 million people. The investigation revealed that Meta compiled detailed user profiles by analysing data such as liked pages and ad interactions, a practice that the Commission says violates South Korea's strict privacy laws. In response, Meta has indicated that it will carefully review the decision, but has not yet outlined any further action, including whether it plans to appeal. Day 2 of the African Energy Week 2024 continued today with significant insights into the continent's energy future. The event is one of Africa's largest gatherings of leaders, policymakers and stakeholders from the sector, focused on fostering investment, collaboration and innovation across the continent's diverse energy landscape. Wale Tinubu, Group Chief Executive of Owando plc, was one of the keynote speakers earlier this morning, emphasising the strategic importance of fostering a robust energy sector that aligns with both African growth and global sustainability goals.
I'd say that collaboration is critical for African companies. It's critical for the continent. It's no use continuing to look abroad. You will look abroad to provide big capital investments on the continent. So like has been mentioned, there's Namibia, there's Mozambique, there's Angola, there's Nigeria. But we need to stop to understand that there is an indigenous capacity within the continent. There's an indigenous drive. There are indigenous institutions that can be created and developed. We've made specific mention of the African Export-Import Bank and their support for our industries. Now imagine if you had 4 African Export-Import Banks out there in terms of size, commitment, and capacity. What difference that could make to the declining volumes we are seeing in countries like Angola, countries like Nigeria. We need to drive our industry, and that solution is indigenous.
Those are your main stories from London at close of business.